You can get married, engaged, vow renewal, and a whole lot more in Disney World, and a lot of the things about this event might surprise you. I'm here with Kristin.
Hello guys!
Who had a fairy tale engagement here in Disney World. She's going to tell us a bit about it, and we're going to learn about Disney weddings. We're gonna hear all about Kristin's engagement story and learn a lot more about engagements, weddings, and a whole lot more in Disney World. Now, you might think that Disney weddings and events like it are reserved for celebrities or people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars casually laying around. But actually, not as much the case. I also thought this and was shocked by how cheap you can do some Disney weddings. According to The Knot, an average wedding in the United States is around $35,000. Yikes. Disney weddings can actually be about the same. That's one of the biggest things that has shocked me about Disney weddings, but Disney fairy tale weddings, that's the weddings department, is weird. It is a different kind of wedding planning experience than you might expect, and there are a lot of shocking things about it that I'm going to go into today.
Growing up, I lost my dad at a really young age, and my mom, she felt the safest bringing us on Disney vacations. She just felt the safest as a single parent bringing us to somewhere. They always took care of us. My boyfriend knew that I loved Disney. Throughout our relationship, I was always Noah's, following his dreams, and he would be along with my dreams, but I always just he was the prominent one, singing and stuff. And so his thing was he wanted me to know that my dreams mattered. Ultimately why he picked his
so cute.
Yeah, I know. I literally every time he says that, I'm like, no way. Like, it was just so cute.
Oh my gosh.
And so he would do anything for it to be at Disney, and that's literally what he did. He made sure he knocked on all the doors, and really that was where he wanted it. So I just want to give a big shout out to Disney and thank them because they went above and beyond for us to really trick me too. December 18th, we wake up, we go to Disney Springs, we do a few things at Disney Springs. It was Christmas time, which is my favorite time of year.
I love the Christmas tree crawl.
Came back, I had probably 50 roses. It literally looks like Belle's bouquet of roses with pixie dust all over them, and there was a note that said, we had a photo shoot tonight at Magic Kingdom.
Oh my gosh.
And then he was like, oh, by the way, a minivan is on the way to pick you up to get your nails done.
Oh,
I was
like, minivan treatment.
Okay, my nails are gonna get done, okay. So we went to the Grand Floridian. The Grand Floridian has a resort and a spa. And so they dropped me off at the spa, and I got my nails all pixie dusted. They did a hot stone treatment.
Oh.
I was literally pampered. And then Noah actually met me at Citrico's for dinner. And I could tell the vibes are off. I knew something was coming because his lip was twitching. I was like, oh no, which that dinner was phenomenal.
Kristin obviously had the most fairy tale engagement here. The end is crazy. As you can tell, she's got to go to the castle at midnight for a photo shoot. And we're gonna learn about that at Magic Kingdom. But first, we're both engaged. So we want to do some on the ground. I am engaged. I have never said that on the channel.
She told me she never told you guys. I was like, no way, that's so fun. I was like, you have to tell them.
We thought that it would be fun for us to go learn a little bit more about Disney weddings. So we're gonna go over to the wedding pavilion and one, see it, and two, there's a studio over there that has some of the cakes and the dresses that should be open for us to walk in. So we're gonna go learn a little bit more about it and see what we can learn on the ground here, while I at home tell you more about weddings. Disney Fairy Tale Weddings has a lot of different offerings, so you can do anything from a very small 4-person elopement gathering all the way up to extravagant hundreds of people, ceremonies in front of the castle at midnight with flowers and Mickey and Minnie in tuxedos. You can do that too. And there's everything in between. In Disney World alone, there are almost 50 wedding venues. 50 in Disney World alone. And that's not even mentioning other Disney wedding venues, such as those at Disneyland, Aulani, and on the Disney cruise ships. Now, there are some venues you might think of as obvious in Disney World, like yes, you can get married in the parks in front of the park icons, or you can get married on the beaches in front of some of the resorts, or obviously the wedding pavilion, a space built specifically to have fairy tale Disney weddings in view of Cinderella Castle. But you can also get married in some not so obvious spots, like the train station for the Wildlife Express that takes you to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Now, the way pricing for romantic events at Disney works means it's all customizable. So you can go with very inexpensive options and have a pretty nice ceremony still, Or you can go all the way up to like ridiculous extravagance luxury wedding style, which means there is a little bit of something for everyone. I was shocked to see that there were Disney options within my wedding budget, which I did not think before I started researching this. The biggest factor in your budget, just like with any wedding or event, is gonna be your venue. You've got ballrooms in the hotels or the incredible parks at night or very early in the morning. You also have weird lounges in Epcot above Test Track or Journey into Imagination. There's a wide variety of venues and they all come with different price tags. But the way the venue price tag works is that you have to meet an event minimum for these venues. So you'll have your venue fee, which does count towards your event minimum. And that of course will vary based on what the venue is. Then you have a minimum price that you have to spend with Disney Fairy Tale Weddings to have that venue be available to you. For instance, with the wedding pavilion, the venue minimum is reported to be around $18,000. Could be anywhere between $18,000 and $22,000 because these venue minimums do vary on date. So all in with Disney Fairy Tale Weddings, which does a lot, flowers, cake, decorations, and more, you need to spend that $18,000 to qualify for that venue. I know what you're all wondering. I was wondering it too. I went straight there on the website to find out what is the venue minimum to get married in front of Cinderella Castle. Well, I'll tell you, it's $40,000 is the venue minimum. I can't tell if it's higher or lower than I expected, just because that's very high for a venue minimum, but when you consider all the things that you're spending on for the ceremony, maybe it's lower than I expected for Cinderella Castle. I don't know, it's hard to say. That's expensive, it's extremely expensive, but that's obviously a very coveted wedding venue. Another shocker, park buyouts do exist where you can have the entire park to yourself after hours, but this is incredibly expensive and costs in the hundreds of thousands of dollars range. For some people, that is the princess fairy tale dream, and for others, that is Disney adult nonsense. You'll have to let me know where you stand. Let me know in the comments how you feel about weddings in front of Cinderella Castle. I think they're magical and beautiful, and I love when people do things that they're super passionate about, and that is clearly an example of that. This really shocked me. Disney Fairy Tale Weddings is not just a, this is how we let you get married in Disney World venues situation. It is a wedding planning extravaganza. They do florals, they do cakes, there are Disney designer wedding dresses. They'll handle chairs and tables and linens and setup and takedown and decoration packages. You can tell Disney what you're thinking for a theme. I have a friend who had a Disney wedding and she chose to do an Alice in Wonderland theme, told Disney that, and they knocked out the craziest Alice in Wonderland theme for them as a part of their wedding experience. They even handle many aspects of transportation for you, and there are some wild options for this, including riding in Cinderella's carriage pulled by ponies. I've seen a bride and groom riding around in Cinderella's carriage, and truly, even as an adult, I cannot help but stop and stare at these couples as they go by in Cinderella's carriage because that's like real royalty behavior. Or you could arrive in vintage streetcars or in just a regular horse-drawn carriage. I saw someone online who had the carriage, they were having their wedding ceremony in front of Cinderella Castle, had the carriage lap the entire wedding party, and then the bride got out of the carriage to walk down the aisle. So she did like a victory lap before walking down the aisle in Cinderella's glass pumpkin carriage. Okay, we made it into Frank's studio. Now this is like the demo office center for Disney weddings, and we're just gonna look at the stuff because it's so pretty. Like,
I'm already in love.
I know. This table setting was in the window, and it's like literally like the glass slipper on the buffet menu.
So cute.
I know. This is the wildest cake.
I actually want to take pictures of these for inspo for my.
Oh my god, yeah. Like look at the piping. I mean, I know this isn't like, I mean, I guess somebody really piped this, but that piping on the little carriage. Hidden Mickey on the cake.
Where is he?
Every cake has a hidden Mickey.
Oh my gosh, well now we have a game.
Some are a little more obvious than others, but yes, they always put a little Mickey somewhere on the cake.
Oh, I found him.
There he is.
Little guy. And there's a dress over here. We were just talking about on the way over here where you may notice that we got caught in the rain dramatically. We were just talking about Disney wedding dresses because they do like princess inspired or villain inspired recently wedding dresses just like that you can literally just go buy if you can find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said that it was pretty hard to find.
They do trunk shows, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Oh my gosh. The
up
cake.
That's so cute. The wedding topper.
I love it.
Wow, look, this is the train station at Animal Kingdom. There are so many venues that you can do.
Oh, there's so many. This is my cake. I love it.
This is wild. And look, in a second we're gonna hear about you getting engaged right there.
Right there.
The tangled cake is cute too. Definitely less exciting than this one, but cute. I'm like judging the menu. No, it sounds good. Champagne risotto. Oh yeah, and here, if you know, spooky's more your vibe, they do have some haunted mansion. That's wild.
Honestly, during Halloween, kind of fun.
No, truly. And like, they do have the villains' dresses that are like dark and scary too, so. The wallpaper.
Yeah, that is very thoughtful.
So yeah, it's like a really cool detail. Obviously the dedicated decorations that they have many, many, many versions of.
Wait, I actually really like this dress.
That's pretty. I love the floral in the pattern. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Collectors or anything?
No, oh my
Wow,
gosh, thank
thanks
you
so
so much.
Yeah,
Thank you. This is so cute.
This is so fun. We're both in our engaged era.
We
too.
are, and the pencils are gonna get married to each other. That's like pens.
So fun. That was
This
so
pin
sweet.
is so cute. This cake is so unique.
I literally saw it when we walked in. I was like, wow, I love that cake.
I also bet that the crunch is so satisfying.
Right?
You know? Look at that. We gotta find the hidden Mickey on the big cake. This is expert level.
Now I'm going right for the back.
Oh wow, I already found it.
You did?
I went right to it, it's right there.
Oh, I love it. Now I
Yeah.
feel like I need to have a hidden Mickey on my cake.
You should. If you are planning an event like this, the fact that Disney handles a lot of those different aspects means you don't have to juggle a ton of different vendors, which is a hassle handling all different vendors for all different things. I mean, Disney will handle the food, they'll handle your reception, they handle decorations for your ceremony and for your reception. They'll handle everything in between, what you feed your guests. You can feed your guests cheeseburger spring rolls and Mickey waffles if you want, or you can feed them full sit-down course meals. They'll handle the cake. They've done projection cakes where they projection map on your cake. They also do photography. You can even have Disney fine art photography be the photographers for your wedding. But there are of course many caveats, and one of them is very shocking, and we'll get into it momentarily. So to recap surprising things so far, number one, you don't have to get married in the Disney parks. There are so many wedding venues, and most weddings in Disney World do not happen inside the theme parks. They happen at places like beaches or terraces or at the resort. If you do want to have a wedding in the park, there is a very surprising perk that comes with this that I will get to. If you have a vendor you're in love with, for many different aspects, you can use an outside vendor. You just have to discuss with Disney depending on what the rules are for your specific venue. If, for instance, you want to use your own photographer, this is where things can get a little wacky. You are absolutely welcome to use your own professional photography and/or videography team while in Disney World for your wedding, with some exceptions. For one, Magic Kingdom is strictly off limits to non-Disney photographers and videographers. If you're getting married in Magic Kingdom, you're going to have to use Disney's team to cover this event, which I get. It's a big deal getting married in the Magic Kingdom, but it's very restrictive. I know for many events, picking out the photographer is a really big deal and something that people put a lot of work into, and it can be hard to just hand that over to the fine arts team. And even if you don't get married in Magic Kingdom, Disney World has a very strict rule with photographers that they must have liability insurance of $2 million to work an event like this in Disney World. Number three, you can have characters at your wedding like Mickey and Minnie in tuxes and gowns, but it can get pricey. Be prepared for this to be another sort of major money spend on your wedding ceremony or engagement or vow renewal or whatever you happen to be doing. If you want Disney characters appearing at your wedding or your reception in any capacity, you will have a menu of characters to choose from when planning your wedding with Disney Fairy Tale Weddings. However, you can ask if you would like a little bit more of a unique character, and Disney will do their best to accommodate you. For instance, my friend who had that Alice in Wonderland wedding had the Mad Hatter appear at the end of their ceremony to surprise their guests for an additional $4,000. Another premium add-on if you are having your event in the theme parks is that you can add an after-hours ride to be operating during or after your event. For instance, I've seen a lot of examples of folks having Remy's Ratatouille Adventure added to their event so that their guests can ride it. Now, all of this is sort of mileage may vary. For instance, a ride you want may not be available, a character you want may not be available. There are instances where event planners have had to enter into lotteries to try to get Mickey and Minnie at their ceremony because so many people want them at the same time. On top of that, your mileage might vary in a positive way. For instance, if you have Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, the rule technically says one ride per guest, but the cast members might be nice and let you ride as many times as you want. Number four, a super strange aspect of Disney weddings, park weddings happen at weird times of day. Some venues inside the parks mean that weddings can happen during the day, but in some park locations, those weddings do have to happen while the park is closed. Specifically, the Park Icons is going to be a huge example of this. Ceremonies and events that happen in these locations can only happen in the very early morning or very late at night. You might find yourself getting married at 6 a.m. on a Wednesday. Since the prices do vary by date and you have to contend with a very competitive availability for many of these venues, expect to be a little bit flexible on date if you have the perfect venue that you definitely want to get in Disney World. Additionally, if you have the perfect date you absolutely want to get married, expect to be a little variable on venue. The recommendation I saw from Disney Fairy Tale Weddings is to begin planning 16 to 12 months in advance with Disney Fairy Tale Weddings, which means you need to start making those decisions well in advance of even that. One great thing about Disney Fairy Tale Weddings is that outdoor venues do come with a backup weather location in the event that there is bad weather, which, I don't know if you know this, but Disney World is in Orlando. We get a lot of lightning and a lot of heavy rain. Rain on your wedding day, supposed to be good luck, so not the worst thing in the world. So something to always be ready for, and Disney does have venues ready for you to rush inside and hide from the weather. Now that said, these indoor weather venues are not going to be as magical as the venues you'd picked, but as with any outdoor venue anywhere, it is something that is a possibility, and it's nice at least to have the backup. Whether the wedding is in the day or night, guests at the event, you and your guests do not require park tickets. I guess I should have guessed this, but it is kind of surprising to me. There's almost no way to enter a Disney park without park tickets, except if you are a guest of a Disney Fairy Tale Weddings event. There are a few others, I guess, probably, but I can't even really think of them. So you could get hundreds of people into a Disney park without park tickets. Now granted, they're gonna be there to see your wedding and nothing else, but you can get them in, which is wild. Now the having your wedding during the day caveat is that yes, people will be watching your wedding. Random people. They're gonna be wedding crashers, whether you want them to or not. Now random guests are not gonna be strolling up in your venue and sitting down in a chair and grabbing a cheeseburger screen roll and watching you say your vows, but they will stop and stare at you. And I know this because I do stop and stare when I see a wedding. I'm so sorry to you if I've done it, but I just want to see everybody looks so pretty and everybody's happy and crying, and I just want to, like, that's beautiful. People in the parks, people in the resorts, if you are not in a room like a ballroom or something fully closed off, you're gonna find people stopping and looking at your wedding. If that's something that bothers you, that's definitely something to take into account with your venue. I'm so excited. Oh, wow.
My favorite room. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Look how fun.
This is so cute. This is the biggest mirror I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I love it. That's like great for your wedding dress.
Yeah, literally. You can see I truly don't think I've ever seen a bigger standing mirror that wasn't like a wall.
To the right, that's the groom's private room.
Oh, it's so pretty in here. I mean, the touches are so cute. Ah, yes, boys. They love. Oh, the Cinderella painting.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is my favorite room ever. Straight to the castle.
Wow. This is so beautiful. Wow, the windows.
When I came here, they had like violinists back here, and you walked in and they were playing all the Disney classic music. It was so beautiful.
That's so cool. The windows in here are so pretty. I think now we're going to venture in Kristin's steps on her engagement day, except not via minivan. We're gonna go via monorail. Slightly less glamorous than a minivan. We started this video talking about the price and how I was absolutely shocked to see that many Disney weddings cost about the same as the average in the US. Let's actually break down an example Disney wedding. This is a real Disney wedding that we're breaking down the example of versus a wedding just out at a normal city venue on the East Coast. Here is an example budget for a real, small, 30-guest Disney wedding using a variety of Disney's offerings as well as outside vendors. Now, this one doesn't have a lot of big extras, but it does have a dessert party with the fireworks in lieu of a reception, which is a pretty unique option. And frankly, I would have valued this a lot higher than it comes out to be, which is just around $22,000. To compare, I've toured some wedding venues recently where the Either the venue fees with food are already up to $10,000 before we even look at separate vendors for florals, decorations, and more. And I've seen venues that even without food are in the $8,000 to $10,000 range. So weddings are expensive no matter where you go. The wedding industry is pricey as all get out. It's wild. Sorry to everyone who is spending on a wedding right now. But these events are comparable to the wedding industry. Obviously, you have the super luxury ones. That's also true of the wedding industry. This is just shocking to me. I didn't think that you could just get married at Disney with a relatively chill budget. And for most, a Disney wedding is going to be a destination wedding where your guest list is going to be smaller than if you were to get married at home where all your people are. I just didn't even think this was an option. So I am happy to say that it is. Listen to me, it's an option. Your wedding, your vow renewal, your engagement, your elopement, whatever you want, it's an option. Is this the kind of thing that I would do myself? I'm still thinking about it. And you'll find out my take on that momentarily. But let me know in the comments, would you do a Disney wedding, engagement, vow renewal? Is that the kind of thing that you would do? Another surprising fact, it is surprisingly customizable. Though they do have some strict rules like the photography rules, there's also instances where you can just do your ceremony in Disney and go and have your reception elsewhere. You can kind of mix and match. It's all about talking to your Disney wedding planner, who you will get by using Disney Fairy Tale Weddings. And I'll tell you, a wedding planner is apparently valuable.
Point of view, this is all Christmassy. It's empty, not anyone in sight.
All these people were
at
here.
all. Yeah.
They were lining the streets.
For me, no. But it was literally empty. It was Christmas. We were taking pictures here with the Disney's Fine Art Photography team. And literally, Noah said he had to go to the bathroom, which we had actually done photos all around the park, but I skipped over that part.
How suspicious were you?
I pretty much knew. Our whole friends and family were lined up at the castle, but I couldn't really see. But Noah's brother, Kobe, had a white sweatshirt on that said Essentials. And so I was like, wait a minute, I know that sweatshirt. And so we are about right here, and Noah said, hey, do some solo shots, I need to run to the bathroom.
Okay.
And that's when he ran up there, and the photographer said, here, walk down Main Street and smile, let's just do solo shots. And just keep walking. And then she told me to turn around. And I was like this, I was like, what do I do with my hands? Oh. I was so nervous, but it was literally the best moment of my life.
When I got engaged, I kept saying, are you serious?
Yeah.
Over and over again. Like, obviously he's serious, he's on one knee.
Yeah, you know what caught me off guard is my nickname, he calls me K-Cup.
Okay.
Kind of weird, but he said my full name, and in the video you can literally hear me say, wait a minute, you just said my full name. I was so caught off guard. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is so hard to be like chill when you're getting engaged.
So,
like, and there's so many cameras capturing you not being chill.
Yeah, no, literally. And I literally had to walk this all by myself in heels, and I was so shook. I was trying to like distract myself. Like I kept asking like the girl questions so I didn't have to go up there because I was so nervous for that moment. And I just saw him like sitting there bawling his eyes out. Literally.
Oh, he cried.
And it made me so nervous. It was the best moment of my entire life. Oh. Hands down.
And now you guys are probably seeing beautiful photos from this moment.
Oh, for sure.
And your incredible fur. Literally the most like fairy tale engagement ever.
It was so fun.
Yeah, that's so cool. Obviously, fairy tale engagement happened here. We reviewed some of the wedding offerings today.
Which was so special.
Yeah, so what do you think that you would, I mean, obviously you're not doing a Disney wedding. Like in another life, would you do one?
Oh, 100,000,000%. The thing is if we weren't doing it in New York and it had such a sentimental value to me in New York, oh, for sure. They have so many different offerings. They make it so special. They actually hosted a brunch for us the morning after our engagement. And like I got to get a little taste of that. And the detail I think is like no other. Like Disney does everything right and they think out every single detail curated to what you love. Which is what I like. And everything is so beautiful. But since I had the Disney engagement, I was like, okay, I'm okay with not doing it at Disney.
Well, like Tracy at the Wedding Pavilion said, there's always the vow renewal.
That there is.
You just
and
do
I
one,
will do that.
You do one next year. Kristin was telling me that literally at that brunch, they had like all their favorite things, like the spring rolls and like
Mickey waffles. Literally every single thing that Noah told them I liked, they had at the brunch. They had coffee with our faces on it.
I
like,
love
what?
the face coffee.
I've never seen that before. It was so special. Oh my goodness. So like the detail that they go is like no other. I've never like seen anything like that. It's just so magical.
Yeah, it's very magical. I would die to ride in the Cinderella carriage. I wish I could like have just that flown to North Carolina where I'm getting married or
Arrive in it.
arrive in it, and then they could just take it, like fly it back, and all the ponies.
That'd be so special.
Yeah, I don't think that's an option. My favorite way to celebrate love in Disney World is to ask at a merchandise location or guest services for a happily ever after button. You can toss this on your shirt and cast members will say congratulations to you all day as you celebrate your love on your Disney trip. Thank you for coming along on this fairy tale weddings journey. Let me know in the comments what surprised you the most. I was surprised a lot writing the shot list for this video. If you're still here, like this video and drop this secret code in the comments so we know you made it all the way. And don't forget to subscribe. We upload tips, info, games, and more from Disney World and beyond all week. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.